This will be the last session on the project closure process. So I decided to create this, let's say, IT case study just to look at the best practices in real world scenarios. So this can help you understanding these best practices and what are the pitfalls that you need to avoid when closing one of these, let's say, IT project in our example. Also, it will help you at PMP exam just to simulate the process. So when you face one of these situation questions, can let's say solve it quickly. So the project closure is critical phase, as we've discussed many times, that determines the long-term success of the deliverables and ensures the stakeholder, let's say, satisfaction and meeting their expectation. By analyzing the real-world example of the IT software projects, we can uncover an actionable insights that highlights the best practices and potential pitfalls. So this case study will focus on an enterprise software implementation or an ARP project, showcase the lessons that applicable across industries. Understanding what went right and what equips the project managers and what went wrong, which equips the project managers to refine their closure strategies and ensure successful outcomes. In this case, there is a mid-size organization has successfully implementing an ARP system, and by following a robust closure processes, the key success factors including conducting a comprehensive user acceptance testing, which is part of the testing phase, also documenting the system configurations and user guides, by providing a hands-on training for the end users. These efforts has ensured a smooth transition and minimized disruption and achieved the project goals of enhancing the operational efficiency and let's say building a system that were adopted by all the employees while meeting also the stakeholder expectations. And some of the lessons learned that from poorly closed projects, including let's say CRM system where it was deployed, where the inquidate data migration and let's say low testing, which led to a significant challenges. Also, the unverified data quality has caused errors in customer records, incomplete user onboarding, which led to low adoption rate, also limited stakeholder involvement, which delayed the issue resolution. So these missteps or these pitfalls has resulted in customer dissatisfaction and increased the customer or the support costs and the need of costly rework. So these are some of these pitfalls. One of these CRM system development has fallen into, including the data quality, the incomplete user onboarding, and limited stakeholder involvement, which has caused the customer dissatisfaction and stakeholder also dissatisfaction and increased support costs. So this is an example where you do some of these, let's say, pitfalls or mistakes that it could, let's say, result in all of these negative results. Some of these pitfalls to avoid when closing an IT project here is rushing through the closure phase can lead into incomplete documentation or unresolved issues, particularly in IT projects. Neglecting to document the system configuration or technical details can hinder the future troubleshooting and maintenance. Similarly, inadequate user training and not enough, let's say, having user manuals may result in low adoption and increased the support requests. Avoiding these pitfalls require well planning and stakeholder collaboration. Here are some of these best practices to have an effective, let's say, project closure in terms of an IT project. So the best practices for IT project closure here includes using tailored checklists that cover all of the technical and operational aspects. Also, data integrity checks and system functionality validation, which is essential to ensure that the solution meets the business needs. providing a through training and post deployment, which supports helping the drive the user adoption and maximize the project value to the organization. Here are some of the key success factors in IT project closure. So, key success factors in IT project closure including to have an effective communication between the technical teams and stakeholders to address any remaining concerns. Also, the comprehensive validation ensures that the system performs as expected and meets all of the stakeholder requirements. Finally, aligning the closure activities with the organizational IT policies, it helps standardizing the processes and supporting the long-term operational success. But what are the long-term benefits of having a proper IT project closure? So, the proper closure of IT projects ensure the system reliability and enhances the user satisfaction. Organizations benefit from strong trust in IT project delivery and gain the valuable insight to refine their methodologies. For examples, the lessons learned during the closure of an ARP project where we have showed that it has contributed to have a faster and more efficient implementation for these subsequent systems or projects. And the real world strategies here to avoid these pitfalls. IT project managers should leverage the structured tools like the CMP to track the configuration and dependencies, also allocating dedicated resources to document and conduct post deployment surveys to help ensuring that there is no critical task is overlooked or there is no requirements were left behind. So these strategies facilitate a smoother transition and foster continuous improvement. To summarize our session here on this best practices on this IT project closure, we say that effective IT project closure is vital to deliver long-term system success and ensures the user satisfaction and user adoption. The real-world example where we have highlighted the importance of having a detailed planning and cost team collaboration. By avoiding the common pitfalls such as incomplete documentation and data integrity issues or rushed transitions, it ensures a smoother handover and positions the organization for sustained success. The final, let's say, lessons learned to have an organization growth here, documenting the lessons learned as part of the project closure um, and during the IT project closure process that we have in our case is essential to refine the processes and methodologies. Promoting a knowledge sharing across the teams fosters a culture of learning, empowering the organization to tackle the future projects more effectively. And by using a closure insights, the IT teams can streamline their workflows, enhance the project delivery, and achieve the better outcomes over the time.